Budukudikara from techhammer.com. This is my first video, so if I do any mistakes, please forgive me. Today we are going to see how to install Linux Mint.
Welcome to Linux Mint video installation guide presented to you by techhamlet.com. First you have to go to the Linux Mint website, download the ISO and burn it to a DVD. After that you have to boot your machine with that DVD. Now Linux Mint don't want you to install a distribution without testing it, without you knowing what you are going to install. So first it will take you to a live desktop which will allow you to explore the new OS before installing it. Now, if you are comfortable with Linux Mint, let's go ahead and install it. To begin the installation, click on Install Linux Mint and it will take you to the Linux Mint installation wizard. First, select your language and click Continue. Next, it will check whether you are connected to the internet and whether you have enough space in your disk. If they are all correct, continue. Now, this is the most important part in this installation wizard. Preparing your disk, creating a partition. For this, you have to be extremely careful. If you don't have anything in your disk, if you don't have any other OS, if you only want to install Linux Mint, you can keep this default setting, erase disk and install Linux Mint and proceed with the installation. But if you have Windows or any other Linux distribution, you have to do the partitioning manually. Click on something else and click continue. Now I am installing this in a virtual machine, so the disk is empty. Now if your disk is completely new, first you have to create a new partition table, but be careful. If there are any partitions, never do this. It will completely remove all the data in your hard disk. So now because I don't have any partitions, I will create a new partition table. Continue. Done. Now I have to create the partitions. Click the free space and add the partition. Now normally we create 3 partitions. First one, the root partition. The root partition will contain all the files belonging to the OS. The second partition is the home partition. You will use the home partition to store your own data like downloads, my documents, desktop and so on and so forth. The third one is the swap partition. The swap partition will work as a virtual memory. If your physical memory doesn't have enough space, it will load some of the old programs to the swap partition. Now, first let's create the root partition. For the root partition, the recommended size is about 10 GB, but I always use about 20 GB. For now, this is a virtual machine, no? I only have 8 GB, so I will give about 4 GB to the root partition. Type of the new partition, primary. Location of the new partition, beginning of the space. Use as, select ext4, mount point, root. OK. Now for the home partition, I will give about 3 GB, ext4, home, OK. Now for the swap partition, different people use different methods to calculate the size of the swap partition. Some say you have to use twice the amount of existing memory. Some say you only have to use 50%. But if you have a lot of physical memory, you don't want a big swap partition. Only a small one will be enough. But if you don't have enough physical memory, go for a big swap partition. Now in here, I only have 1.5 GB left. So I will give that to the swap partition. OK. Now after setting all the partitions, recheck whether everything is correct and click install now. Next you have to select the time zone. If you are already connected to the internet, it will automatically pick your time zone. Check whether it's correct and click continue. Now select your keyboard layout. For me it will be English US, and then click continue. Now add your name, a name for your computer, the username, the password. If you don't want to enter the password every time you log into a machine, click login automatically. If you want to encrypt your home folder, if you want to make sure that no one can access your data without your password, click encrypt my home folder. After you are done, click continue. During this installation, sometimes they download the latest software from the internet, so do not disconnect your net connection. Be patient and wait. After everything is complete, click restart now. Make sure you remove your DVD or the USB drive. Now, thank you for taking this guide. I hope you enjoy your new Linux Mint installation. If you like this guide, please don't forget to visit our website techhamlet.com and subscribe to our newsfeed.